Well, day 2 of practice is coming to a close here. Lake Ouachita, it's the Forest Wood Cup. We have right now the 2018 TH Marine BFL All-American champ Nick LeBrun joining us. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And second of all, I know after you won that tournament, you spent a little bit of time out here pre-practicing, so I assume that you're pretty dialed. Tell me a little bit about it.
I don't know if dialed in is the word I would use, but I've got a few different game plans in my head, and I think I'm just going to kind of let the lake and let the fish tell me which one to implement at each given time during each day. You know, it could be a multiple plan type thing. Sure.
Well, there was a lot of guys that we've talked to that weren't really able to get up here and pre-practice. Just kind of the way the schedule worked out this year. They couldn't get up here and spend some time idled around looking for some of that offshore stuff. In the time you did spend here, what were you looking for? Were you looking for deep stuff? Were you looking for grass? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the biggest thing in my practice was just identifying what largemouth and spots look like on that Lowrance. Got out that half-ounce spoon a lot and catching a lot of walleye and drum and stripers and yellow bass, you know. Yep. So the biggest thing was just kind of having pretty good confidence, say, okay, that's probably largemouth there. Okay. And kind of stopping and trying to figure out how to catch them. But there's a lot of different species out there in that brush and on those drops. So to me, it was just getting confidence as far as what they look like.
Well, we're 2 days down in practice right now. How much of your time have you spent looking around out on that deep brush and timber and stuff like that? And have you spent any time shallow?
I'll probably mix it up about 50-50. I think the shallow stuff is kind of, you know, it is what it is, and I don't know if there is some secret to unlock. I think it's going to be covering water and just kind of making sure you're in some good areas and some good creeks. As far as the deep stuff, you do have to kind of experiment a little bit more and kind of get dialed in as far as, you know, what they will bite and what they won't bite, and kind of how they like to be set up on those drops. So I think I've spent an equal amount of time, but I've scratched my head a little bit more on the deeper stuff.
Well, with 2 days left, that is kind of an interesting dynamic in this event. Is the 4 days of practice, usually, you know, at a tour event you get 3 days, so a lot of guys, it kind of changes sort of the way they'll practice. Maybe they don't go as long. With all this time, I guess, to spend out here in official practice, do you kind of have any weird things you're thinking about trying later in the week, or is it stick to the game plan you have?
Yeah, it's good you brought that up. You know, this practice right now is kind of the weird, crazy off the wall period for me. You know, before cutoff, I kind of got a few good game plans locked in, and I felt like I did my work and I did my homework, and if the good Lord wants me to do good, I will.
Well, I haven't really asked anyone this, but from what you're seeing on Ouachita and the time you spent here, what do you think we'll see maybe for a winning weight this week?
I would think probably around mid-40s, you know, maybe 43 to 45. You know,
that's kind of what I've heard too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the most inexperienced guy in the field, so it may take more, it may take less, but just the fish that I have set the hook on back, you know, before cutoff, and just kind of, my gut just tells me I think mid-40s you'll have to get beat. Okay.
Last time, we didn't really see a whole lot of spotted bass get mixed in. You know, you could catch some 2-pounders, that'd be about it. Here the size is a little better on those. Have you caught any good sized spots this week?
No, I haven't. I've caught some keeper spots. I've kind of got a few things going on that if I need a bail out, I can go and just get some keeper spots. And I think the guy who figures it out and wins this deal, you know, could have 3 or 4 spotted bass weighed in over the 3-day period.
Oh, okay. I like it. Well, it's actually a pretty optimistic report from Mr. LeBrun. We appreciate it. I'm going to let you get rolling. Find some air conditioning, man.
Thanks.
It's hot out. It is hot out.